That was a fast reaction. Good morning, everyone. I'll let everybody join. I'll take myself a drink. Not in a trade yet. Let's see what we can do today. This is sideways here somewhere. Okay, I'm back. Morning, Boomons. Voice okay? Yeah, you're okay. Come on, move. You're okay. So this was a pretty quick reaction of that 1 hour for Valley Gap that we just had. I'm just online, so not really look at anything how we moved. Okay, the 6 hour just definitely looks bullish. We have a bit of an opening gap on the 6 hour, but this definitely looks bullish. Before I start, let's set out previous week. Now, let's take a viewpoint. I'll go over that trade from Friday in a minute that we took. Just gonna set out everything first of all. Yeah, if we move up from here, I'm just gonna let this one play out without me. I will see if we can jump into anything soon enough. This is a 4H plus day open. So definitely a quick reaction off of this. So this is Asia high still. Yeah, so we put Asia high open too. I was what did we do Friday, dudes? That was a choppy market Friday. So anybody holds? I see Emily said that she holds all the way back down to Asia low. Damn, congratulations. That was one long trade. Oh, that was even less than I thought. That was 4.5 hours in a trade. Oh, my Bitcoin trade is still open, so that's now been a week and a half. Still looking fine. Oh, if anybody didn't know this one yet, help to, oh, nice one, Vedle, great. So if anybody didn't know yet, it's official right now that banks can officially give you Bitcoins right now, or that you can buy them with them. So the transaction over to cryptocurrencies is actually at play right now. So you will see the major companies start buying very soon, or are already doing it in the background, of course. So this should be fun coming up the next years to see what happens actually. I believe this will be an amazing time for us to actually see it evolve from normal money to something that we actually cannot hold anymore in our hands to actually no money at all. So I took my full TP right here. It's on the screen still. So that was a trade from yesterday, from Friday. I'm gonna break down what I should have done differently and what I could have done better. So I was not behind the screen, so I just put my TPs in and I came back and it was actually already down here. So now what could we be done better on Friday is when this wick came, I should have hold and be more patient until we had that for value gap tap. It wouldn't work play out either, but I should have been more patient. It's easier said sometimes than done when we are in a trade, of course. But here was actually that for value gap, and I should have had this tap as my entry instead of taking it when we actually moved up. Now here we could see why I did take that second trade was we had a 5 minutes come down, we had a 5 minute change in character right here. So we took out some lows, internal lows of course, but this was a 5 minute change in character, the downside. We had a sweep of Asia high because somewhere here was Asia. So we swept Asia. We had a retest of that 5-minute fair value gap, and then we actually had a sideways movement for quite some time, and then we actually had the deployment of that move. So if you hold all the way back down to Asia low and you held this full trade and you actually made a 6.5R, I would recommend to take it easy this month. If you're up 7, 8R already, you got a free month in education. But this was a good trade. You could have even added to this trade too. So we had a change in character. Once it was dropping, actually below this level. So once we cleaned out right here with wick or with a candle body, you could have entered another, because this was again a change in character, so boss structure to the downside right here. And then you could have entered if this tap was correct. And there was a tap. No, there was no tap, so no entry. Otherwise, this could have been your tap. The second one that you could have taken was this one, actually. This one you could have taken. Not sure that anybody would have done it, but this was the only extra entry that you could have taken, and then I held it through. This was a 4-hour fair value gap, if I remember this correctly. Yeah. So this was that 4-hour where I was trading off. Somebody in Discord also said, somebody in chat here also said that he wanted to trade this all the way down. I hope he did. Good trade, by the way. Now, today we should have already been in it once this was active, but I was not online yet. Should have been 5 minutes early today. Let's take a look where it's at. So this was a 1H tap, immediately push off of it. So yeah, that was a trade actually already. Clean trade. Straight at 8 o'clock, 2.8, 2.4. Yeah, definitely good trade, this one. Let's see once we hit the high, what happens. If we push up, we continue to push up, we probably jump somewhere in and follow along. I want to see what happens right now. Just setting out some reference point where actually the market could go to. So this is a part where the market could come to. This is why I'm actually setting it out. So now after this hourly tap, this is a very strong push back up. We swept the liquidity from down and upward part. So we'll probably continue right here. Hope it gives us an entry. This is my main POI that I want to be looking at. So this is like a point of interest where the market could change its hand. If you ever see POI, that's a point of interest where I see that the market's could reverse from, or liquidity pool is left open. So if it doesn't want to go higher and doesn't want to take out Friday's high or previous week high, that BOI would be the main idea where it could change its hand. That's another 30 points. My sponsor's back. So last week, while we're sitting here, last week I was actually talking about the mindset of a good trader and what you should adapt to if you want to become one of the better traders. That you should look at the values of a good trader, the habits of a good trader, and one that you look up at and how he does it actually. Doesn't have to be me, can be anybody, of course. Somebody that you actually appreciate and that you actually see the value in his teachings, what he actually does to show you as a mentor how he grows. Now, those values, you will need to adapt to them if you want to become a perfect trader or want to become a good trader. It's not something that you may become. No, it's something you must become. It's not, no question asked. It's a must do. It's not something that I want you. Not something that you just. Not something that I just say that you may choose out of. It's no question. So it has to be done. If you don't adapt to it, you just stay like the 95%. So that's fine too if you want to stay that way, but you will have to. Now, I'll continue on those lessons because they hold a lot of value, and I'm actually learning myself, learning a lot of them for myself too. So for becoming a good trader or anything actually in life that you want to become and make a lot of money, I know a lot of people want to make a lot of money. There are some steps that you can take to become a good, how can I call it? A better version of yourself, and knowing where you want to be in life. So if you want to become a good trader, you have to know, first of all, what you have, what you know, your resources, and then so on and so on. There's actually a 6-step plan that you can follow. I'll even explain it here. Anybody that's in here gets a free education. That's easy for you guys. So it's a 6-step plan that you actually have to follow. The first step is know where you are. So what do I mean by knowing where you are is know what you have, your resources, where you're starting, the knowledge that you have, anything counts. All resources are good. The second step is know where you want to be. So you must have a specific outcome in mind. So you have to know exactly where you want to go to. So if you want to be a good trader, great. And you have to know, what do I want to become as a trader? Professional trader, the best one in the world, doesn't matter how crazy it may sound. Just know where you want to be. I want to watch how we act on this 5-minute fair value gap right now that we tapped. If we continue up, I'm going to jump in it and put my stop under this wick slope. So I'm still watching the market while I'm telling this. I'll put the 6 steps on the screen. Maybe that's easier to remember. It's no magic formula or something. This is actually what people do. So this is a 6-step process. If you can do this, you can get anything in life you want. Ain't that fun? So this is 2 more minutes in this 15-minute candle. The only thing I don't like about this is that this has a huge point inside this 15 minutes right here. What's the news? I didn't even watch. Yeah, there was news at 8. Oh, that's why. We had a nice push. Okay, great. Yeah, I'm watching the chart for a second before I continue with my, because we're still here for the trade. So I'm watching how we act. So we tap now avoid. We took some internal liquidity. If this keeps pushing, I want to see how this moves. Yeah, we had a very clean push out of this hourly for value gap. The only thing is we still got like 28 minutes in this hourly, so it could be a liquidity take and then continue lower, of course, too. So want to be a bit careful because we are still in this choppiness market that we have been in for more than a week right now. So definitely want to have that clear direction that we are going in, or that we're going upwards, of course, before I jump into anything. Because for me, this was no break of structure actually that we had. It came up and it stopped actually at the high, so we didn't had a new full break of structure. So if we start falling again down and we close below that wick, or if this candle closed below that wick, I would take a short. If it closes above, I'll probably jump in a long. So I'll give it a second. I want to see how we act right now. Because we took a high, we started going down, we swept, we came in for value gap, so that's good. So if we have a bullish reaction and close above the highs again, that means that we have a continuation. Not done anything yet, just watching, seeing what price will bring us. No, it is Italian bank holiday, so see climate, nothing special. Okay, let's take a look if we find something. Yeah, I'm gonna jump in along right here. So stops are up here. So in along, this can play out to be a 2R. We let this play. We let this play out right now. So my TP is this high actually. So 25, 845. We will see what happens. This is a continuation play, so we just follow that hourly for value gap. This is strong hourly actually, so we got about 19 minutes. If it continues, it probably hit that POI, and then we will see how it moves. If it wants to go down, it will take out previous week high too, because I wanted to see actually last week that we hit this daily. So there's still a daily for value gap just above us that we never hit. So if London wants to take the high of the day, it will go up, take that high out, and that it can change. And that takes previous week high with a lot of liquidity. We got a daily for value gap above us. We had a continuation move at an hourly for value gap that we tapped. So we're just following order flow right now. So this is why I entered this. It's just pure order flow. So we came in, we tapped, and we continued. So if it takes me out, I'm okay with it. It's a good trade. The only thing I don't like is that we have like a 15-minute just below us. Yeah, we could put our stop all the way down here. That would be better under the hourly, but I prefer to put it here. If we do fall all the way down, I'd rather jump back in a second time. Now, I'll let this play out, see what happens. Yeah, perfect. I have a limit long on the 15-minute under it. Yeah, I shown that one too. Not sure that we hit it. So there's a 15-minute right here. I know, or not yet. Actually, it can be a 15-minute. Yeah, if we tap that one, I would just re-enter that same trade again with a lower entry, because if I have to do this, it's not worth the trade. It's only 0.4, 0.6, so this is not worth the trade. That's why I didn't. That's why I put in my stop just on that wick. If it does come back and it taps in this lower gap, yeah, perfectly fine. Then I'll re-enter it and continue also. We got about another 15, another 15 minutes before open. I'd rather see us continue in the next 15 minutes. Step 2 of that 6-step process to get anything in life that you want. It's no sock. It's no rocket science or anything. So step 2 is know where you want to be. You must have a specific outcome in mind. So you really need to know what you want to be. You want to be the best trader in the world. You want to be a coach. You really need to have the details. So that's step 2. Know where you want to be. So know where you are is step 1. So knowing what you have, what resources you have, what skills you have, and anything else around it. So there can be how much money you have in the bank. There can be, I know, X amount of skill sets. I know this and that. So there's a lot that you can have already learned. So do you want to watch how this one acts now right here? So we came in an FVG. We probably will sweep all of this and come to that low. There's a huge gap right here. And if we don't, then we continue further up. That would be even better, but I believe we will. This is something I don't like seeing, a drop of like 1.5 points from a candle. The good thing is I'll go in depth over all these steps in the coming week. Step 3. Just take action. So knowing where you want to be is a good one. If you don't take action, it's not much worth it, of course. So take action. An action that fails is better than no action. You either get wisdom or success. So if you take an action, you at least know that you did something. If you don't take an action and you just do nothing, yeah, you never get anything, of course, done. Okay, this doesn't look great for that trade that we're in. Sure, everything just got deleted. Oh, here it is. Yeah. I'll hide this for a second. Yeah, this will stop us. Okay, so that's -1. Take my journal. Let's take the journal. So we do have to. Of December. Are we already? Oof, this last month of the year, guys. Took out my stop. I probably will take out my stop right now. We didn't. It missed me by, whew, what was that? 1/10 of a point. Half a point. Yeah, we got 10 minutes still open, so we will probably get stopped right here. That was a very strong push back down. Also, that hourly now looks like not so great. That was a stop, so I'll put that one in. That's 50 points. So journaling, entered at 8:35, 8:50. I got stopped. 8:50. Christmas vibes. So 8:15. Eight 15. I'm gonna wait for open right now to do anything because now this is not looking. Look at this out 30 minutes, guys. This is just again a chop market. That was the entry. Yeah, I'm gonna wait for open. I'm gonna be patient for open, see what happens. See if I still have my text somewhere. Oh yeah, I do. Nice. So step 4 in that process is evaluate your results of your actions that you took and take some more actions. After you have evaluated what you did, step 5. I'll explain everything in details in the next coming days/weeks. So step 5 is refine your actions and based on your evaluation. So you have to take a look in how you actually done your action steps, what you could do better, and how you can refine them so that you actually get better results the next time. Step 6 is just take more actions. So we just continue to do this over and over again. After you have done step 6, you go back to step 3, 4, 5, and 6. Because 1 and 2, you already know. So this stays the same, 1 and 2. So take a copy of this if you want to. This will get you anything in life that you want. These 6 steps. It's not magic, it's no science, it's actually real proof that it works. So we got 1 minute and 40 seconds till open. This hourly actually looks not that great right now. It just took out liquidity on 2 sides. For me, this hourly, when we tapped that hourly and it saw it move up and it closed up nicely, it looked like it wanted to continue. Especially because we had like a small fair value gap still. Previous week high is just above us, so that was my main idea that we would go to. Right now, we're just hanging a bit. Gotta be patient for open. If open sweeps and goes lower, we'll just follow open. So 40 seconds. Gonna give this one more try, and then that will be it for me today. Only taking 2 trades and a session, max 2 trades in a session. Good morning, Emily. So 3.2 watt is a very good trade, Veerle. So here's open. So we now took the last part of this 15-minute fair value gap. This hourly actually still looks halfway okay. Not the worst actually. Gonna give open its time to develop. If I see that this keeps pushing like with strength like this, I'll probably jump in a short instead. The market definitely looks like it wants to go higher right now still. But if we watch those 4 hours, these do start looking a little bit less strong right now. If we go lower, we will go for this opening range. Let's see. If we were long off of this, how much would this give? Yes, my friend. Still 10 minutes to open before this is done, so let's give it a bit of more time. I'm gonna take this off the screen right now, so you would just have to rewatch if you want to know how these steps are going. So the action points that you could take for step 1 is just this. This is good for anybody. So if you want to learn how to actually know something about yourself, these are the action points that you can take for step one. Step one was knowing where you want to be. So knowing where you are, exactly. So evaluate where you are, take stock, make a list of resources, personal qualities, skills and talents, and what you have and what you lack, or what you don't have actually. So if I'm watching this price action right now, so I'm watching how we act off for value gaps right now. So we had a 3-minute tap, we had a bit of a rejection. Now I want to see us close under this wick that we could continue. The only thing, we have still a 5 minutes up here, so I believe that we would have tapped this 5 minute before continuing lower, but still on a higher time frame, we're still in this 15-minute gap, so this can still in the next 5-7 minutes move fully back up to the highs. It will depend on the next few minutes what happens. Now we've done actually the same twice. So we came up, we came twice down, we came back up, and we did the same thing over again. So this is just a bit more ranging, choppy market. Not really my favorite style. Half hours was fully chopped actually. We didn't even have a value gaps. The hourly got rejected of that high. A clean candle, but rejection of the high, so we didn't close above. So this shows that there is also strength to the downside. We swept both of the liquidity pools, actually. So we got about 5 more minutes for open to be done. And if we get the direction, I'll take one more trade. If we don't, that will be it. For this month, we are at 2R right now, profit, and we got a 57% win rate. We took 7 trades, 4 profits, and 3 not profits. We still made a clean 2R, so good start of the month. Also, we did have news at 9 o'clock again. Something with CEO climate. Still being patient right now. I actually want to see what the market wants to do here because we didn't have a full clean break of structure. We actually had rejection. So the market probably will flush everything out to that 4-hour gap right here. Let's see if we can take something here. That's a 1.9. So first 15 minutes of open is done. So we have our 15-minute candle right now. It was a very choppy first 15 minutes. Let's see how they move right now. So I'm not in anything yet. I'm just taking a look how we could trade this because we didn't take the lows, so we're still in this moving to the upsides. So we came in an hourly, we tapped, we actually stopped, we came back down, and now we're slowly moving back up. So we're still in that hourly movement. I'll be patient. I need to see a clear move right now. It's a bit choppy. Not really a fan. I want to see a sweep of something to have a retest. So we have a half change in character right here. We didn't clean out everything. We came to a fair value gap, so we're trading inside two fair value gaps right now. I want to see a clear move. We'll take a look what CS doing. Same, chopping. Like we did the same. So we came actually few hours of choppiness. We came back, we sweep the lows, we swept the highs, and we're back inside our range. So yeah, I'll be more patient right now because this is not the price action where we want to be in. We don't want to be liquidity again. We want to be making some profits, of course. Okay, now we had a 15-minute, we had a rejection off of it, so that looks better. So we also had a 5-minute where we had a rejection off of it. Back in that choppy range right now. So we swept the low one more time. We're back in this. Same range. Not the best price action right here. I'll give it a bit more time. I want to see development in what direction actually the market now wants to move. It's just been, chopping a bit. We took a one trade, so was one not profit today. 0.9 that we gave to the market. So let's see if we can find another, actually a clear entry right now. I want to see. If we take out this high, I'm jumping in a long. I'm going to follow this. I still have the same idea, actually, that the market still wants to go up. Otherwise, we would have fallen under this already. So this is a bit my main idea. So we should have jumped under this. Now, when we had the chance, we have like 6 minutes left in this 15-minute candle. We took a low. We came back in. We first of all came back up. So we had a 5-minute that got rejected off of it. We sweep these lows one more time. So right here. And the market still didn't fall under it. So we got like a minute left of this movement, or we're just going to do this all day long. So then rather don't be part of it. So we can see that we've been trading inside this sideways. So we took the highs and we took the lows. Yes, it's a bit the same right now. So we came into the choppiness. We took out a high, we took out a low, and now we're back in that range. I give it another half hour and see how we develop. If we see something, I will enter it. If we don't, that will be it for today. I do want to see clear movement right now. I don't want to be in this ranging price action. I'll get myself a drink. In the meantime, I'll be right back. Okay, this is a price action I want to see. So this is something I want to see. Now here we got some movement, finally. So in the next 2 minutes, we will see if this price action, what did we do right now? So we came down, so we actually had a full retest of this sideways movement. We came down to a small void right here. We tapped it, we got rejected off of it. We came back into that 15-minute movement. Now here we want to see, do we sweep those lows? If we do, we will fall further down. Just if we watch price action right now, so if we watch price action, so we tapped the 3 minutes, we moved lower. Again, we created for value gaps. We came into it. We are moving lower. So at this point, the price action is definitely wanting to move lower. Now, in a 15-minute based, we can see that this is actually a protected wick. So this one right here. So as long as we don't sweep this on a 15-minute base, we are still moving up. On a 30-minute base, we're just chopping around right here. Actually, we didn't do anything. And we can see that the market has been building up liquidity. So right here, we've been chopping a while. So we have been building up a lot of liquidity right now. So this is something you do need to be aware of. As long as we are inside of a bit of a choppiness, better not. Better just leave the market alone then. So 9:30 right now, an hour and a half of stream. Let's see if the market does want to push it some direction. Yeah, if we don't get a movement in some kind of form, I'll probably will not take another trade. Doesn't look like my kind of price action right now. It's just sitting here chopping. So half hour, we closed it beneath, so we probably fill it up back to the highs right now, and then we can start falling further. The hourly did nothing actually. Again, we took a low, we can just sit inside this candle again. The 4 hour is inside the previous one. So my main idea is still that we go to that was actually previous week idea too, that we go to that daily for value gap just above us so that we can actually then short from it. But the market wants to be calm today. It looks like the price action will fall to the opening. So if we watch the flow of order, we can see that it continues slowly further down. Yeah, I'm not gonna trade this anymore. So I'll be patient and see what happens. If we get a swing to this lower for value gap right here, the opening gap, I would long off of this back to the highs with a stop under this 4 hour or 1 hour for value, 1 hour candle. If you take this 4 hour, that would be my stop then under here, and then long off of it. But I do want to see the price action move. That's like my main idea that we could trade off right now. For the rest, we're just still chopping. We didn't take out our low yet, so for me, the bigger movement, so when we had this movement, we came up, we're still in this movement to the upside, as long as we don't break that low on a 15-minute base anyways. 30 minutes, we're just chopping. Hourly, same. We took a high, we took a low, and we're back inside that range. So not a great price action to trade anyways. So we tapped the 3 minute now. If we close below here, we could take a short one more time. We could try to take a short. So now, if we watch order flow, so what do? We hit a 3 minute gap right here. So we made a small break of structure and a 3 minute base. We retested it. So once we start sweeping these lows right now, we can start falling actually. I took the low on mass. Yeah, I already swept it here. Yeah, on mass, it looks like it wants to continue lower anyways. Or on ES actually. Okay, let's jump in a short one more time. I'm going to do a case short. Look, I'm going to take whatever risk. You want to try this? Just have fun with it. I want to see it sweep out everything. Bit wider stop right now. Stops that are the high because there's a 5 minute value gap, so it's a 30-point stop. So that's a $60 contract. That's 3 contracts for me. And that can be a 1.67. So I'll probably add along the way. Once we start following these lows and really start following, I'll probably move my stops directly to entry. The reason why I put it up the way up here, because there's like a 5 minute right here that we still can tap. The direction of these candles are downward, so we're just following order flow. Okay, VS keeps falling right here too, so that would give us a great sign that if VS is dropping, we will follow it in Q2. I just took this trade out of the way the order flow is flowing. So this is actually pure traded off candles. Nothing else confirmed me that we could
see this direction right now. Just off 15-minute based, we got movement to the lower side. 30-minute based, we got a break, and we are now sitting here at the last part. Once we sweep the low, I want to see that continuation immediately. So now I don't want to see us come back up at anything. I do want to see, once we sweep this low right now here, I want to see that falling like an instantly. Because this is an hourly low that we took, and I don't want to see, after an hourly low, I don't want to see a rejection off of it back into that range. Een vriendje. So our favorite mascot is back, like always. So for anybody that just didn't hear it yet, I'm in a short. I'll move my stops rather fast on this trade. So my stop is now at this high still, or at the highs. So at that hourly high. I do want to see that continuation. Otherwise, I would rather be out of this trade. So stops is at now at 28, 25.8. Last trade of the stream, anyways. Not gonna enter anything else. If we start moving up very fast, I'll probably close it even. Same here. So we came in, we got a small rejection off of it. I want to see this fall further right now. The reason why I want to see it fall further is we have been chopping around for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 half hours right now. We swept it. We are still in a 4-hour value gap right now. And we took a low one more time. Now I would love to see us hit that opening gap, and I'll definitely take partials in this opening gap. So at the top of the opening gap or around, that would be 1 hour for me, around this opening gap that we get. So again, we're in a short at this point. I do want to see a nice continuation here. Once we start creating a fair value gap and we can trade into it, I'll move my stop to my entry. I do want to be a bit more patient before I'm moving it.
So again, for the morning session, what would we have done differently? First of all, here we had to be patient more. So this one should have been a bit more relaxing, had a bit more view until we saw the move actually happening. Right now, I want to see a nice continuation lower because we swept the low. Now we do want to see that full movement. This is my main idea that we hit. That is the small void opening at 230, 215. We do got Asia low. That's previous week low. This is Asia low. If we could hit Asia low, that would be definitely a good trade. I'm still happy no matter what comes out now. So if we get a 1 hour out of it, we go out with a little bit of profit. We can buy ourselves a drink today.